storytelling for sustainability, leveraging social media for environmental advocacy, and many more. The program successfully blended theoretical foundations with real-world case studies, interactive discussions, and practical demonstrations, enabling participants to explore how digital tools can drive environmental transformation across communities, industries, and academic ecosystems. At this point, I would like to extend a heartfelt appreciation to the program coordinator of this Atal FDP, Dr. Mohammad Jamshed and Dr. Asad Ahmed, whose meticulous planning, academic vision, and leadership ensured the smooth and impactful execution of this program. Their efforts brought together eminent resource persons and created a rich learning environment for all participants. Overall, this FDP has served as a meaningful platform for capacity building, collaborative learning, and interdisciplinary dialogue, empowering faculty members to contribute more effectively to teaching, research, and sustainable development initiatives. We now move forward to the proceedings of our valedictory session, and I would now like to invite Professor Saeed Nisa, HOD Department of Management, SMBS Jamia Hamdard, to deliver the welcome address. Ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Arham, for giving the wonderful overview of this 1 week FDP. Hope I am audible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone present here. It gives me immense pleasure to address you all at the valedictory session of this enriching 1 week online faculty development program. Over the past few days, we have collectively explored a theme that is not only academically significant, but also globally urgent: the role of digital communication and marketing in shaping a sustainable blue and green economy. This FDP has been a meaningful journey of learning, reflection, and forward thinking. The discussions here have highlighted that digital transformation is no longer optional. It is foundational to achieving environmental resilience, responsible consumption, and sustainable economic growth. Whether it is enhancing awareness about marine conservation, promoting eco-friendly business practices, or supporting community-driven green initiatives, digital platforms have become powerful catalysts for change. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the guest of honor, Dr. Tawseef Zia Siddiqui, Environmental and Compliance Advisor, LNG Canada, and our chief guest, Professor Dr. Manu K. Vora, Chairman and President, Business Excellence, Inc., USA. I would also like to extend my gratitude to the resource person who joined us in last 1 week, and they have brought extraordinary depth, clarity, and real-world insights to every session. Their expertise helped us understand not just the what and why, but also the how of integrating digital strategies with sustainability goals. My sincere thanks goes to the organizing team, comprising of Dr. Asad Ahmed, Dr. Jamshed, who are Assistant Professor in Department of Management, Jamia Hamdard, and the other coordinators, technical team, and student volunteers whose dedication ensured that this FDP ran smoothly and efficiently throughout the week. Your efforts, visible and behind the scenes, made this program truly successful. To all the participants, I congratulate you for your active involvement, thoughtful questions, and willingness to think beyond traditional boundaries. The blue and green economy demands interdisciplinary collaboration and innovative mindsets, and I'm pleased to see such enthusiasm and commitment from each one of you. I hope you will carry forward these learnings into your teaching, research, and professional practices, and becoming an ambassador of sustainability and responsible digital engagement. As we conclude the FDP today, let us remember that sustainability is not a destination, but a continuous journey. The knowledge we have gained here should inspire us to take concrete actions, no matter how small, that contribute to a cleaner environment, a healthier planet, and more conscious society. On behalf of Department of Management, School of Management and Business Studies, I once again thank all the resource persons, speakers, participants, and organizing team members for making this FDP a fulfilling and impactful experience. I wish you all the very best in your future academic and professional endeavors. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been graceful as always. Um, Now I would like to introduce our guest of honor, Dr. Tausif Zia Siddiqui, a distinguished sustainability and environmental leader with over 18 years of international experience across LNG, petrochemicals, mining, and the financial sector. Dr. Siddiqui currently serves as a sustainability compliance and environmental advisor at LNG Canada, where he leads compliance management systems, drives GHG and fugitive emissions programs, conducts stakeholder consultations, and ensures alignment with British Columbia's clean energy framework and Canada's net zero commitments. His previous leadership roles at Qatar Gas, SABIC, Ma'aden Alcoa, and Hindustan Zinc have strengthened environmental permitting, waste and water management, and air quality initiatives across major industrial operations. His tenure at Morgan Stanley MSCI added financial and ESG risk expertise, uniquely bridging sustainability with market performance. Dr. Siddiqui has also authored over 25 publications, trained more than 5,000 professionals in sustainability, EMS, net zero pathways, and compliance, and managed large-scale environmental projects across global vendors. He holds a PhD in sustainability and a master's in environmental science and engineering from IIT Dhanbad, and serves as a professional engineer visiting professor and lead examiner for sustainability awards. His work advances digitalization in compliance systems, strengthens blue economy marine stewardship, and drives green economy transitions through net zero strategies. It's a privilege to have Dr. Siddiqui with us as our guest of honor. Sir, we respectfully invite you to address the gathering.
Thank you, and good evening, everyone. For me, it's very early morning. And thank you, Dr. Arham, Dr. Asad, Dr. Jamshed, and Professor Saidun Nisa for inviting me. And as she rightly mentioned, sustainability or environmental is not a destination, it's a journey. It's a one step at a time. And we all are on that scale. So I'm a person who always like to teach, who always like to mentor young students, but I know there's a bunch of faculty members. So my due respect to all of you. How many of you are following COP30? Conference of Parties. So the fundamental skill I really want all of you to instill within our students is on learning. Because adapting new technologies is must. I don't know how many of you have. There were scales when I was in Japan recently, and I have seen 15 years, it's really transformed. They were digitally more advanced than any other country. But now if you go, it is different ball game altogether. So climate change, climate resilience that ma'am was talking about is happening at a very faster rate. So let's start with a quiz. I know I have 15, 20 minutes, but what I need is actually, how can I share with you guys? Just a second. Okay. Everyone can share my screen?
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay, it's not visible to me, but if it's visible, can you please fill this quiz? And it has very basic questions.
Sir,
very basic.
Could you please put it on presentation mode?
Do you have green goals in life? Everyone can see it, right?
So we can see it, but what you want us to fill it?
Yes, just do it on yourself. They are very basic bunch of questions. What is green, if I ask you guys? We are discussing about blue economy, green economy, and I can share tons and tons of example of blue economy, how it's like the number one country driving the blue economies are China and US. Japan is coming up. India has so much of potential in blue economy. When I talk about blue economy, I think about LNG trade. It's not possible without having a sustainable ecosystem in the marine life. And I was talking to my marine manager, Douglas. He said it has transformed in last 30 to 40 years. One of the most safest shipping route in the world. LNG tankers have never had an issue with a whale strike, because I am from Canada now, and this place is very sensitive to any fossil fuel development, any oil and gas development. So when we do stakeholder concentration, even one salmon, one trout fish is of paramount importance. I need to take a license to go for fishing, 2 fish in a day. That's it. That's what aquaculture and all these things come up. But what I need, because as Professor Asad mentioned to me, there are a lot of teachers. I want the message to be cascaded among the students. What is green? How can I install these habits? How can I install this as a culture in our day-to-day life? So let's do a quick quiz. How do you have green goals in life? When I say green, green stands for growth with resource enhancement of environment and nature. We all need growth, right? We all need healthy and prosperous lives. Climate change is one thing. We all are trying to achieve net zero, 1.5 degree targets, all these things. It's good. But as progressing countries like India and other developing countries, we need prosperity also. We need equitable growth as well. So what do you think about it? Do you have green goals for your community, for your students? What are those? If you're thinking about it, put it as 2. If you don't have, put it as 1. If you're not thinking, put it at 0. How often do you think about green ideas? Ideas. So I always say that ideation without execution is nothing but delusion. So it's good we all write papers, we do prototype research, and I am very good in these things. But how I execute at a mass level, that's fundamentally what we need. How can we think of innovative solutions that can be practical to industry? As industry, I am willing to pay. We have the resources, but we need fresh ideas from academics. And that's where you guys play a very critical role. How can you train the young workforce? How often do you think about green ideas, sustainability ideas? How often do you venture to other streams or learning to get acquainted with other subjects? If you think always, make it 2, sometimes 1, read never. Do you have a positive attitude towards life? I always say, hope and faith are fundamentally the most important things, whatever religion you are. Hope and faith and trust. Do you have positive attitude towards life, that there is net zero going to happen? Or you are like a dinosaur who always thinks about negative, always try to, I always say 3 cancer cells. You always complain, you always compare, you always criticize. Atmosphere is not good, people are not good, infrastructure is not good. Or you are a positive person, you contribute, you are committed, you are cooperative, you are effectively communicating. Are you doing hiking, biking, or outdoor activities? Fundamentally, we have to move. We need to gain momentum. Do you have a question or challenge the status quo in your life? And that's where all blue economy and green economy comes into picture. Can we change the status quo? Because change is very hard, I'm telling you. Any change you want to take, and we were just doing a session with my local employees. We launched a plastic campaign because of a lot of plastics we find in the riverbed in other areas. And I can show you some pictures. I was with my daughter and we find so much of plastics. I'm talking about Canada. So just imagine the status in India and other parts of the world. How many times do you think about pressing problems in the world? So green economy driving blue economy is one of the pressing problems in the world. Climate change is real. It has physical risk. If you look at World Economic Forum report recently, it talks about how it's going to impact $1 trillion of infrastructure and equity we need. So guys, if you can add all your questions, how many of you are having 2, 2, 2, 2 in all the 8 questions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anyone? So as professors, I want you to be in the domain of 9 to 16, not in the first band, because that's red light. We need to stop. We need to revisit what we are doing. But if you are in the domain of 9 to 12, it's not great, but don't worry. There will most individual sets who don't want to change. Even if you told me to change, it's very hard. Any change is hard at first. Messy in the middle, but gorgeous in the end. So that's what the exercise I'll always say. And when I talk about global warming, and if you look at the fundamentally what's happening in the blue economy, which is based on marine shipping, I'm from an extractive industries person, which is metals and mining, oil and gas. 36% of it is driven by 36 is driven by offshore platforms. And then comes the travel and the hospitality industry, around 30%. And then comes the marine transportation. It has so much potential. Project management, GIS, STEM activities, so many things you can train the young workforce. The first and fundamental things that you need is the passion towards it, that they are working towards a cause. So please, I really want you to instill among the students the purpose thinking. What is purposeful thinking? That they are contributing to the betterment of society, betterment of the Mother Earth. If we can install these things, profit or prosperity or more job security is bound to come. And that's what I always say, next 5 to 10 years, AI is not going to replace your jobs. It is good for so many other purposes, but for your core skills, for your social transactions, it's not going to make a difference. It's how we are going to adapt, how we are willing to learn new things. Okay, so I just say this slide, always I show this slide. We have seen COVID-19, we have seen what worse can happen, but there is something that's happening at a very rapid pace, which is recession down the line. Whether you are in the north, whether you are in the south, east, west, everyone is worried about. There is some type of preconceived notion that we will lose our job, insecurity. But if you are adapting, if you are learning, if you are upscaling, your job is secure, I can tell you now. But you need to 1% improvement every day in yourself. Whether it's in towards blue economy, it's green economy, you are focusing towards climate change. And the big fish that's coming is biodiversity collapse, which is like really, like if you look at the red data book and the new startling realities that coming up in the COP30, and I really want you to read a summary of COP30. COP31 will be in Australia or in Turkey, but COP30 is really a milestone. Anyway, let's go to our subject. So I was talking about the other presentation I just opened. We are talking about the marine waste. We just parked our cars, and these are two professors from University of British Columbia. I just invited them and they were shocked. I said, how can you segregate the waste and you do recycling? I invited the community. If you see in the third picture, I invited them free lunch. Guys, let's have a river cleanup exercise. And this is the amount of waste that we find. Please do these types of hands-on initiatives in your community. You will find there are citizens who will come up to you. So that's my fundamentally, I believe I really want you guys to think about this subject. I don't want you to master it. It's such an ocean, honestly. And the things are rapidly transforming at a very, very rapid pace. Let me tell you what I do as sustainability and environmental professional. These are the 5 areas, especially if you are from management field, policy and commitment. How can you train the young folks towards committing and following through net zero? And how I started in my company, especially in Qatar Gas, I can give you the example. We started with a vision, net zero is not possible due to the sheer volume. We produce almost 30% of the LNG in the world in Qatar, 30%. And we are going to double the capacity. And I said to my CEO, it's not possible to commit to net zero. I can't do that. Whatever strategy you need, whatever McKinsey you hire, it's not going to happen. The molecules, the emissions that we are emitting in the atmosphere, it's humongous. So what we did, we said, let's start with one by one. Can we have net zero on waste? When I joined Qatar Gas, the waste recycling was around 15%. When I left, it was around 80%. I got 2 promotions. Just imagine, it's just changing the mindset. So what I need you guys to focus on changing the mindset. And if you can do that, you can execute anything. So how can you integrate environmental and sustainability into your policy making, into your decision making? One thing I did in SABIC, which is like a biggest petrochemical company in, I would say, in the world. It's in Saudi Arab. I put sustainability in the project phase. If any project is happening, whether it's through management of change, brownfield project, greenfield project, the first thing we do is, how much is the energy impact? Is it positive? Is it negative? How much is the water impact? Greenhouse gas impact? How much is the waste impact? And we put annual compensation of our directors and above 15% of their annual salary. That was a game changer. Everyone thinks about it when it involves money. The goalpost completely changes. So please, that's my humble request. How can you train the young workforce in these 5 areas? They all offer amazing job opportunities. Environmental sustainability, risk-based, life cycle assessments. It's more technical, it's more data-driven. How can we think about cradle to cradle, not cradle to grave? Climate change, energy efficiency, resource scarcity, biodiversity, all these things. So any questions you have, please. I don't want to focus more on myself, but please, if you have any questions on these subjects, what I need is the fundamental skills that young professionals require or you require is effective communicator. Fundamentally in blue economy, or we talk about green economy. The second skill I require is effective collaboration. The world has become like a global village. I have most of my employees in India now, Bangalore and Chennai. Anil was there. I was talking to him, Anil, how India is changing. He said traffic jams are becoming more because of the purchasing power has increased. And if you go to Japan or other countries, you can't even have Hong Kong, you can't even have a car, you don't need it. So anyways, so cutting the story short, the biggest skill is effective communicator, collaboration. How can we work as teams? How can we develop that mindset that more projects can be done by students? Real life. I know theory is important, but its application is also more important. And that's what I have done for last 18 years. How can we drive innovative decision or thinking? How can we make them better decision makers? And the most important skills is problem solvers. I want you to train and put that seed among the young students as problem solvers, not as complainers or criticism. What action we take as individuals. That's fundamentally my takeaway. So any questions you have, guys? How much time I have, Dr. Arham?
5 minutes.
You have around 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay, so let me give you one example. When I joined 3 years back, when my daughter was born, we moved to Canada almost 22 or 22, now more than 3 years. I was surprised, shocked, because if I show you outside, it's all snow. It started snowing. It's all mountains. It's a rainforest where we live. All the modules of this LNG $40 billion investment were done in China. The engineering was done in Chiyoda, which is JGC, which is in Yokohama in Japan. Just imagine, and all the assembly and everything. If I show you some of the pictures, I believe LNG Canada website, you find how the modules are moving from the coast to our plant. And now we are commissioning train 2 now. Train 1 is commissioned now, the first plant of LNG. We call it as trains, and train 2 is now almost commissioned. I have to talk to each and every stakeholder. That's how sensitive. I have management plans, how I will conserve the marine life. I'm monitoring the wakes of my LNG carriers. Wake means how much waves they are generating. I was working with the professor from IIT Chennai last year where I was there, and he invited for a talk with me. How can we collaborate with, they have an ocean engineering department. He's now the head of department. So just imagine how things are evolving. He said, what can we collaborate? And we collaborated with them. They installed BIOS. We are calculating the data, how much wakes, how can we produce electricity out of it? So just imagine Wildlife, I have a wildlife management plan. Because of my flaring, how much wildlife will be impacted? Small things that can impact biodiversity and marine life. So please, when you do any decision making, when you train your students, I know human life is important, but in this part of the world, you will find even marine life is so important. The Haisla chief said to me, Tausif, if a whale dies, you will be responsible. I will take you on hold. That's the kind of accountability we have. So please, number one thing, environmental and sustainability careers are not going anywhere, at least for next 15 to 20 years down the line. So please train your students in that. It's a very rewarding field, not because like there are two things, like you have sense of achievement and a purpose. Plus money is a byproduct. So please, that's my humble request to all of you teachers, professors, train their students and engage them in life skills, like real life problems. So please, I want a couple of questions really. I can share so many things. If any questions you guys have in last 2 to 3 minutes. Am I able to convey the message?
Yes, sir, for sure.
I have a question, Dr. Tausif. As is in the previous lecture, we were talking about, say, this marine tourism. So, but in a report, actually, we found out that almost 80% of the say plastic pollution in the oceans are from, say, Asian countries, and then unfortunately, India is also a part of that. How to train people? How to communicate them that you should not do that? If we talk about communication
Just
aspect.
Last year, I did a plastic campaign, and that was so amazing. I said solutions to plastic solution. Can you see my screen, right?
Well, now we can't. Now we can only just see you.
So this is the campaign I did last year in LNG Canada.
Okay, now we can see it.
Solutions. So I gave them a 43 days plastic challenge. And it started because the Earth Day message I still remember last year, and plastic pollution is real, I'm telling you. I have seen marine mammals, marine life eating, and they are not intelligent. They are very fragile. And that's why I have a very big conversation with regulators. Even a small amount of change in temperature, in composition of the water, they die. And that's why they are so fragile. I can have a coffee now. After 10 minutes, I can have a Coke, right? Nothing happens. But for marine life, they will vanish. So what we did, I launched, I can share with you this all life about plastics, how plastics bag have been entering and all these things. I can show you the complete thing and how really we are a part of Ellen MacArthur Foundation, and they have very good scholarships and other things. Plus there is an alliance for plastic waste. So there are 3 types of things. I always say you take no action, you control, or technology is fix. So again, same things. I can share with you this complete slide. Our planet is choking on plastic, and that's a reality. So in 1970s, 1980s, we said paper is bad. Don't cut forest. And that's why all the forest life has been done. Plastics are the #1 source. And again, don't misquote me. Plastics are next to oxygen. You could not have survived COVID without plastics. But what is happening is the usage, the end of life, we are not investing much. And especially with the single-use plastics. Even the cars are being replaced by... So again, let me go to the... This is a real picture. Can you imagine? That's what we are doing. So please...
So the slides are not changing. But
you
can only see the smart solutions to plastic pollution, that only one slide.
Oh, man. Just...
Now they are, yes.
Okay, so this is the campaign you can do in your... And I can share with Professor. I did it and it was so many people come up with, I gave them 2 months time. And on the World Environment Day, I announced the $1,000 gift card. You can give 50,000 or 100,000 rupees. So you have why beat plastic pollution as a theme, different types of plastics, success stories, what they can do, and what are the alternatives. What as individuals they can do. You can have quizzes, you can have compendiums, you have so many things. You can make a videos, so many things. So give them awareness, why it is so important, and then next almost 6 to 8 weeks, what you will do, how we can work together, how can you collaborate with different entities. So that's what I did. On plastic, I would say that that's a major problem. I'm not saying it's something small, but every problem comes with a solution. And that's why I said we need problem solvers. So I can share this slide pack with you. And
Dr. C, we have another guest is waiting. Can you put some? Could you cut down the things shortly?
oh, sorry, my apologies. Did someone ask any question?
No, I'm saying actually another guest is actually on hold.
Oh, sorry. That's what I said. Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah.
And it was pleasure talking to you. And again, thanks to Jamia Hamdard for organizing such a good FDP on such an important topic. So thanks a lot, guys.
You can finish what you were saying. Actually, it does.
Sure.
Just finish in 2-3 minutes. All good. Thank you.
Okay. Any last questions?
One question actually. We have seen many big multinational and big energy companies spilling oil in the ocean, killing thousands of marine life actually. The case of Shell is there, British Petroleum is there actually. And they have actually, done it in the past also. So there are no actually rules and regulations that contain that, okay, you're going to go ahead with it. There were compensations actually, many companies paid compensations to fishermen on the, and they tried to conserve the things. So what's your take on this thing?
So if you talk about the big four, like big oil and gas companies, yes. So we do everything based on the risk profile, right? As someone mentioned during Asad or someone that marine hospitality or tourism is second most important. The number one that driving the economies is the offshore oil and gas assets. So we have every company like have oil and gas assets, right? It will carry some risk. But if you look in the last 20 to 30 years or last 10 years, our hazards, hazard operability, our hazards, so much focus on safety of these things. You can't imagine how much money oil and gas companies are investing because it's not a regulatory risk. I'll tell you, if a spill happens, it's a reputation risk. If I lose something here in this part of the world, I'm done. I'm telling you very frankly, one spill, even a small incident, and that's what I'm saying, trust and transparency is the key. And that's what oil and gas industry has understand now in last 20 to 30 years. We are accountable. And that's where we want to invest more in these things. So many automated features, like I can have a separate session what oil and gas industries are doing. So please, yeah, I know there are events happens. If you see Macando that you are talking about, BP, I have some colleagues that work there. And how they were taking it such a small thing. And so many disasters happens, fires happens. Which is part and parcel, which is part of the risk assessment that we do. But yeah, from systems perspective, it has really matured a lot. And we need more investments, more research in these things. But I'm not saying it's not going to happen. But what is happening is companies are more accountable because of their accountability. But it's a very good question, honestly. Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Sir, I do have a question, sir.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. Sir, basically, we know that there are many campaigns ongoing according to plastic management and marine life management and wildlife preservations, etc. and etc. So basically, when someone do these campaigns, it is naturally that the people who do that have some eager to express their concern. So in some countries, we do have some political factors that are that do pressurize these people to not to do that sort of campaigns. Why it is, sir? Don't you think, sir, the political factor is the main cause of these things? For example, sir, I do have an example of deforestation in
One second.
Uttarakhand, sir.
I actually hate to interrupt, but
Okay.
I think we should not go into politics anyways. But
Yeah. So what I would
yeah,
say, ACD,
it's
I
time to
always say
actually,
that,
it's the guest is
Professor.
actually waiting, and
Okay.
just remind you that.
So awareness, better communication, and better decision making. So that's why we do campaigns to
Okay.
spread more awareness. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Aram.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank
So, thank you, Dr. Tausif. Of course, very inspiring, and of course, we all need to be accountable to a certain extent. Now, I would like to introduce our esteemed chief guest, an internationally acclaimed leader and an exemplary figure in the global quality movement, Dr. Manu K. Vora. Dr. Vora currently serves as the chairman and president of Business Excellence Incorporated USA, a position he has held with distinction since the year 2000. With an illustrious career spanning 50 years, he has guided several Fortune 500 companies. Through transformative quality and leadership initiatives, his strategic insights, vision, and mentorship have influenced some of the largest corporate entities in the world. In addition to his professional leadership, Dr. Vora has dedicated 32 years as an adjunct faculty in prestigious universities across the globe, teaching operations management and nurturing thousands of future professionals. His commitment to educational excellence is further reflected in his extraordinary achievement of designing and delivering soft skills programs to over 1.2 million individuals worldwide, touching lives across continents. Dr. Voras also served as a Fulbright specialist with the U.S. Department of State from 2016 to 2023, contributing significantly to global academic and institutional development initiatives. His humanitarian leadership is equally remarkable. As the president of the Blind Foundation of India since 1989, he has spearheaded fundraising efforts amounting to 7 million US dollars, enabling eye care services and social empowerment initiatives for millions in need. Most recently, Dr. Vora was honored with the Certificate of Excellence by the World Book of Records, London, in recognition of his extraordinary global contributions in the domains of quality management, leadership excellence, professional excellence, and social empowerment. This prestigious recognition stands as a testament to his lifelong dedication to excellence and service. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a privilege for all of us to have such a distinguished global leader grace the valedictory session of our faculty development program. I now invite our chief guest, Dr. Manu K. Vora, to address this gathering and share his perspectives. Sir.
Thank you, Dr. Adnan, for a very kind introduction. Greetings to the Dean, the Head of Department, and the two coordinators, Dr. Jamshed and Dr. Ahmed. It's my delight to join from USA very early. So good evening to all of you, distinguished faculty, wonderful FDP. I'm going to go on a slightly different track, and I'm going to close my video for preserving the bandwidth. I have a slight issue with that. I'll share my presentation and run through it. My track is on, as a faculty, how do we use innovative pedagogy and continuous assessment so that our teaching learning process is effective as a part of NEP 2020 implementation plan. Okay, just 1 second. This technology always causes issue. Let me try one more time. So basically, I will focus on the innovative pedagogy and continuous comprehensive assessment. Unfortunately, the slides are not moving. Can I request Dr. Jamshed, you have a presentation with you. If you would like to load it from your side, if possible.
Asad sir, it is with you, I suppose.
Yes. I'll just do that. So please stop sharing.
Sure. And my apology, technology sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. So while we are waiting, the focus should be how do we become the best and excellent faculty so that we as a transmitter of knowledge are able to convey our concepts back to the students. And guest of honor rightly emphasized the need for communication, collaboration, and cooperativeness so that we can do much more than doing it on an individual basis. So let's hope presentation comes up. And thank you, Dr. Asad, for helping out. Let's go to the third slide. Keep moving. Yeah. So I want to emphasize that we should be focused on instilling the character building characteristics like ethics, honesty, and integrity in our students, compassion for others, nonviolence, practice of truth, respect for the elderly, respect for the environment, reverence for our teachers, and make them to collaborate and cooperate with each other, and focus on giving back to the nation by doing community service. Next, please. We all know about the triangle of success: knowledge, skills, and attitude. Knowledge, we go to the colleges and university, learn from the faculty. Attitudes come from the family background and peer interactions during the college days. I find there is a big gap in the curricula. The skills which are so critical for the success in life are not there in Indian education system. So please make a note of that. Next, please. Learners' engagement is very critical. Next. So I've been teaching since 1993, and my goal is to involve my students in their own learning. And once they learn something, they need to apply and share it within the group, across the group, in the class. And here in the Western world, we leverage peer learning and class interactions, which needs to be done more in India. Next, please. So here are the 12 keys to the kingdom for learners' engagement. Essentially, you want to engage your students right from the beginning, show the importance and real-world application of the topic. Start with the icebreaker question at the beginning of the class, and at the end of the class, ask for key takeaways from everyone so that you can ensure the common understanding. Item 6 through 9 comes from Harvard Business Publishing. Short polls, small groups, set up the teams to work on projects and bring the guest speakers. 10, 11, and 12 for faculty to have the delivery of basic concepts and principles, so no memorization. Allow the curiosity and innovativeness, and replenish your knowledge always so that you are at the cutting edge, giving the best information to your students. And if you do that, you get a gold star. Now, I'm going to focus on the faculty excellence and empowerment through innovative pedagogy. So let's continue the journey. Next. Important to remember that the average teacher will explain the complexity, but the gifted teacher will reveal the simplicity. It is upon us to become a great teacher by simplifying our message. Now, this is from my observation of AICTE FDPs. Faculty needs to learn in a collaborative fashion under the scientific guidance of resource faculty by doing lots of introspection and reflection, and again, lot of peer learning and class interactions. Continue. So in Sanskrit, there are many forms of teachers shown here. Adhyapak to Upadhyay to Acharya to Pandit, Drishta to Guru. At the end of the life cycle, we should aspire to share the wisdom and become the Guru. Next. So here is the role of all of us as a faculty. Engage our students by forming small groups, excite them by showing real-world applications, empower them by sharing relevant resources, and very important, challenge them to solve the real-life problems. Next. So I come from industry with 18 years experience before joining the academia. And one thing I observed was success came from teamwork and collaboration. So I've simulated that in my classes, collaborative, experiential, and outcome-based learning and teaching. So always my classes, there are teams and they need to cooperate with each other. They read state-of-the-art articles and do the summaries. And at the end, there is a reflection journal with the focus on implementation. Next. Here is a special way to learn from the article and summarize it. So we read a lot of articles. At the end of the day, everything meshes up. And we don't remember the essence of any article we have read. So special way to read the article individually and collectively by focusing on three things: key principles and practices, application of principle and practices in their work function, and key takeaways. Sorry, my voice is giving up. I was under the weather for a while. And by doing this, they will remember to get the nectar out of the article they have read, and it will remain with them for the rest of their life. Next, please. At the end of the program, they fill out this reflection journal focusing on three things: three key learnings or the outcomes, three key lessons they will carry forward, and what's their plan. Next. So I've been fortunate for the last 32 years. I don't give any midterm or the end term exams. I have a continuous comprehensive assessment as shown here. Discussion board where they get engaged individually every week on the topic of interest. Article and case reading, discussion and summary we talked about. Major focus is on doing a team project, 4 to 5 students work together, report and presentations, and at the end, reflection journal. In India scene, we are focusing more on exams and exams and exams. We need to think of alternative assessment to evaluate whether they are learning or not. And are they able to put it in practice through the project? Last slide, please. So in conclusion, whatever you have learned from this wonderful 1 week FDP application, and collaborate with each other across the FDP attendance, share your successes and failures. In very simple, as a faculty, we need to engage our students, first in the classroom so that they are getting what the knowledge you are transmitting. You all need to be a lifelong learner. I just crossed 80 last October. I still read Harvard Business Review, MIT Sloan, McKinsey Quarterly almost on a regular basis. So we need to replenish our knowledge, be a mentor to junior faculty, collaborate with experienced faculty, and we should all strive to make an impact as a faculty for nation building. And if we do all these things well, we are on the way for implementing NEP 2020 effectively to become Vishwaguru and put India at the top of the chart. With that, I want to thank you for giving me a chance to share a few thoughts. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your motivating words. And we'll be sure to actually incorporate, we'll try to incorporate all these points that you've actually mentioned. Now, as we move on towards the end of this FDP, I would like to invite Professor Syed Nadeemul Haq Saab, Dean's School of Management and Business Studies, Jamia Hamdard, to share his remarks. Sir.
Thank you, Dr. Aram. Chief guest, Professor Manu Kevora, Chairman and President, Business Excellence Inc., USA. Guest of honor, Dr. Tausif Zia Siddiqui, Environmental and Compliance Advisor, LNG Canada. Professor Sayyidun Nisa, HOD Management, Program Coordinator, Dr. Mohammad Jamshed, Dr. Mohammad Asad Ahmed, distinguished resource person, faculty colleagues, participants, and students. Good evening to everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to stand before you once again to celebrate the successful culmination of our 6-day faculty development program on leveraging digital communication marketing for sustainable blue-green economy. Over the past week, we have journeyed through an intellectually stimulating landscape, exploring how digital transformation can drive sustainable development, how communication can shape environmental consciousness, and how academia can serve as the bridge between technology, business, and the planet. This FDP has both rich in content and transformative in spirit. Each session, from theoretical foundation of blue and green economy to the hands-on learning in digital storytelling, SEO, analytics, and ethical communication, has lended a unique dimension to our understanding. We began the week by discussing the philosophy of sustainability and ended with the pragmatic of policy, leadership, and global digital advocacy. Our participants engage actively with case studies, international perspectives, and practical tools that have opened new avenues for and outreach. Such depth and diversity of learning are possible only when we combine academic rigor with practical relevance. And this FDP has done exactly the same. A key reflections stand out from this week. Sustainability and digitalization are no longer parallel paths. They are converging forces shaping the future economics, governance, and education. The blue and green economic framework reminds us that growth and conversion must coexist, that the prosperity of humanity depends on health of our ecosystems. The role of educator, communicators, and policymaker is to translate sustainability into everyday practice, using digital tools not merely to inform, but to inspire and influence positive change. Ethics and empathy must remain at the core of digital engagement as we harness technology for advocacy. Transparency and responsibility are our guiding lights. I take this opportunity to express my heartfelt appreciation to our distinguished resource persons, eminent academicians, industry practitioners, and thought leaders who have shared their expertise and experiences with great generosity. The organizing committee for their meticulous planning, coordination, and execution that made this 6-day program a seamless success. The participants are faculty members, researchers, and scholars for your enthusiastic participation, insightful discussion, and openness to new ideas. Your energy and curiosity have given this FDP true vibrant of the purpose. This FDP is not a conclusion, but a beginning of collaboration and knowledge dissemination. As you return to your institutions, I encourage you to apply, share, and expand the learning gathered here through research, teaching, innovations, and sustainability-driven projects. Let us integrate digital communication and marketing tools not merely as a professional skills, but as an instrument of social and environmental transformation. The future belongs to those who can merge technology with purpose. And as educator, we hold the unique responsibility to nurture such future leaders. In the broader vision of Viksit Bharat 2047, sustainable and digitally empowered economics will play a crucial role. This FDP is a small yet significant step in preparing academy to contribute meaningful to the national mission. As we advance in the digital age, let us ensure that our innovations, strategies, and communications serve the needs of the planet and its people responsibly, inclusively, and sustainably. In conclusion, I congratulate all the participants on successfully completing this FDP. May the idea, networks, and insight gained here continue to inspire you long after the formal session are over. Together, let us continue to educate, innovate, and advocate for a greener, bluer, and better world. Thank you, and best wishes to all for continued success and meaningful impact ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your encouraging words. Now I would like to invite Dr. Mohammed Jamshed to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Adham. As everything has to be come at end, so I'm really very thankful to all the people who was on the dais or who was behind the scene, who was cooperating in this successful event. And we are very thankful to our Vice Chancellor and our Chancellor to providing us the opportunity to organize this event. And we are aware that we have a mentorship of our Dean Sir, Professor Dr. Syed Nazimul Haq Sir, our HOD Sayyidun Nisa Ma'am, and Dean DSW Dr. Resha Naseem Ma'am. They all have contributed and outlined and designed the things so that we can be able to execute the things in a organized manner. And we are really very thankful to those who at the last hour or at the difficult moment who came up, who tackled the things in front, and all the participants who was a part of it. I know that it is very difficult for you all being engaged with your daily routine from morning to evening, and then in the evening coming up to your home and sitting here for the FDP. And we are very thankful to the families of all the participants. Actually, without their motivation, without their support, without that, so I'm 100% sure that they all have come up that these things is possible. All the little kids in the home and all the the people behind the camera who has contributed a lot to make it possible. Actually, the journey, as the Dean Sir has said, that it is just the beginning. So how we initiate further, how we will move further, we okay. For moving further, we need your cooperation. We try to work out for some of the things where we can add up to you, and you please try at your end that we people could be used organizations so that collaboratively we can do something good for the nation. As our chief guest, Professor Dr. Manu Vora has said, that it's a journey which we can live together, and we have to support each other. Thanks everyone. Thanks for Chief sir. Thanks for Manu sir. I know that it is very difficult to join this session in so late from America, and it is equally difficult from Tausif sir to join in the morning time. And there are many things happened, but there is a constant support of you people, especially Ariba, Junaid, Matloob sir, Yusuf sir, and they people have actually supported us a lot. And many names I forgot to recall, Dr. Asad sir and Vardha ma'am. They all have supported well, and Arham also in many crucial places, and especially thanks to Arif sir. Thanks a lot for giving your time and contributing for this. And very soon we will announce the result, or you will be able to see your result in the Atal portal. We will upload it. Give us some time so that we can develop this mechanism, because every day's attendance we have to mark on the Atal FDP, and it will take some time because the synchronization takes lot many time. So suppose we have 60 odd participants, so we need to fill 60 into 50 first for the attendance, and then for the marks as well we have to fill accordingly 40 into 60. So each marks we have to update over there. So please, yes, it is showing, but it needs to give approval from our side day by day. So it is showing on the attendance at your end. It is showing present, but till the time we will not say present, it will not actually move for the next destination for entering the marks. So don't worry, we'll do as quick as we can. Our team will be very helpful. And I forgot name of the server sir, Dr. Server sir. He is also very cooperative in all the things. So please forget if I could not announce your name, and I'm very thankful to our Dean sir, our HOD ma'am, and guest of honor and chief guest for making this successful, and all the participants and their family. Thanks a lot. Have a happy, not weekend, but a Sunday at least. Thanks a lot. Asad sir, do you want to say something, please?
No, sir. Simple thank you to everyone. But yeah, we forgot the names of, say, scholars who were helping us out throughout. Musab, Swati, and then I believe, I don't remember.
Yes,
but yeah,
yes.
they were.
Fazzi, Ruchika, and Bilal. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you very much.
I believe we can leave, sir, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Participant